You.
Well, welcome to the Q102 Cares for Kids Radiothon. It's Chris.
And Rosie.
And you know what we like to do from time to time is to meet up with other folks who work in the hospital, find out what they do for the kids. You are so wonderful becoming a Chris and Rosie Miracle Maker at 667-2102. We thought you'd like to take a peek behind the scenes. Now, since it's 2021 and we're in the middle of a pandemic, we're doing it with Zoom. Today, right now, we're going to meet Maria. She is a nurse at Children's National, and I don't want to murder your last name, but I'm going to take a stab at it. Maria Panayotou, is that right?
That's perfect. That's 100%. Good job.
Nothing else is going to go wrong. All right. So, Maria, we have always said, we've been doing this for years and years now, but we love our nurses, and especially at Children's National. It is such a special calling to be a nurse. And this has had to be an extraordinary year for you as a nurse. Now, can you tell us what kind of nurse you are at Children's?
Absolutely. So I started at Children's as a new graduate about 6.5 years ago in the cardiac intensive care unit. I moved to the outpatient world, and I currently do not work at the bedside. I am the operations manager for professional practice. So what that means is I help to support programming, which supports the professional practice of our nurses so that they can grow and develop at the bedside and beyond the bedside.
Wow. All right. So there's a lot that goes under the umbrella of nursing, but clearly you've done a lot of it in different areas at Children's National. Tell us what it's like for a child and a nurse. What is that relationship like at Children's National?
It's unlike one I've ever seen before. So Children's National is the only place I've been a nurse. I was a student nurse at other hospitals, but truly the child becomes part of the nurse's life. It's very hard to kind of separate from that. They're like, your own little squad. The nurses really get invested in supporting the patient and also supporting the family through, a myriad of things. It could be through an admission where they're at the hospital for days or longer, or it could be just it's somebody who comes regularly to one of our outpatient clinics and you form that bond with them. And it's almost like you're a member of their family, like they give you updates or you celebrate birthdays with them or other holidays. It's so different than anything I've ever experienced. It's literally like you have this extended family and you all meet up at the hospital, and it's just very special.
I remember when my son was in the hospital, and absolutely, I remember the nurses became part of our family. We talked to each other like we were all family because we felt that way. And I appreciated them so very much. But I was wondering, what made you decide to be a nurse, especially at a children's hospital?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I did not start off as a nurse. I worked at a college and I taught for a bunch of years, and I was an advisor, and I kept on telling my students to follow what they were passionate in doing. Like, really, who cares about what you major in? Just follow your passions. I'm sure their parents did not love me for saying that, but I truly believed in it. And then I sort of woke up and I said, well, what am I doing? And I really felt that my calling was to help people and to help them, grow and develop and to be healthier individuals. And I was in my last semester of nursing school. I was at a freestanding pediatric hospital, not at Children's, but doing my capstone. And I was in the PACU where kids go after to recover from surgery. And this little boy did great in surgery, and he got to pick a prize. And he picked a beaded, like a little Mardi Gras necklace, and he gave it to his mom. And I just started crying. And the PACU nurse was like laughing at me. She's like, oh boy, here we go. Because it was just such an emotional, sentimental moment. And I was like, this is why working with kids is where I want to work. And I can't think of a place where I'd rather work than working with children, because you get to make such a strong impact in their life. And you also get to really impact the patient's family, whether it's mom, dad, grandma, whoever might be there with them. You're treating the entire family, and that's just so special. It's an honor to do that.
It's one of the things that I love doing this radiothon is that we are able, for the 2 days while we do it, to let everyone in our listening audience discover what happens at Children's National. And it's a treasure that is waiting for them. God forbid their child ever needs it. Mm-hmm. It's waiting here for them. And that's why we support you so much, and why you can become a Chris and Rosie Miracle Maker at 2102. That's 667-2102. The operators are waiting for your call right now. So Maria, registered nurse, RN, that's what that stands for. I'm smart. I've learned that in all these years. But you know, you've been there and you've done it. You've been in the trenches. What is it you think you and all the rest of the nurses would like families who've never been to Children's to know about the nurses there or to know about the hospital?
Absolutely. I believe that the hospital's strongest commitment is care of the patient and their family. We use the term patient and family-centered care. You might hear it in different ways, but truly when you walk through those doors, obviously our primary focus is making sure that your child is okay and figuring out how we can, you know, better their health in whatever situation they're coming in with. But we genuinely care not only about the feet that are in the bed, that patient, but also the family that is with that child. And that makes such a difference in the care continuum. I think when you meet nurses at Children's, that is seen right away. We really cannot treat the child without also taking care of the family as well. And that's so critical to the mission. We have a phrase that we use at Children's that only in pediatrics can you save a lifetime. And when I really think about that, it's a catchy phrase, right? When you really think about that, you are saving, or you have the ability to save the lifetime of a child and to impact that family unit. And that's just amazing. So I really believe that permeates throughout the hospital, especially throughout the division of nursing.
These people care for your child. I don't know how many times we've said it over the years, but it really is true. You're in your moment of crisis, the worst day of your life. You've got your child going to the hospital, maybe to the ER at Children's National. These professionals who have trained and trained and trained, they're here. They're waiting for you with arms outstretched to take your baby and care for them. And you heard Maria, like their family to them as well. That's why we support them. That's why every month we want you to be a Chris and Rosie Miracle Maker. 667-2102. That's 667-2102 to become a Miracle Maker right now. Maria, we know you're busy. Thank you so much, though, for spending some time with us. We love our nurses, and now you make us love them even more. You're wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please, I know it's a time of COVID, but if you can, give them all a big hug for us, okay?
Awesome. Virtual hugs all around.
Yeah,
Thank you both so much.
Thank you. Take care and keep doing the great work you're doing.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Awesome.
Take